Ridiculous. That is how former President Biden is responding after President Trump ordered an investigation into the, quote, increasingly apparent cover-up of Biden's mental decline and alleged use of an auto pen. President Biden saying in a statement, "Let me be clear. I made the decision during my presidency. I made the decisions about the pardons, executive orders, legislation, and proclamations. This is nothing more than a distraction by Donald Trump and congressional Republicans who are working to push disastrous legislation that would cut essential programs." One person not defending the former president, though, his former press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, who just made a shocking announcement that she is no longer a Democrat while promoting her new memoir, going inside what she calls a broken White House. Our senior Washington correspondent, James Rosen, has more on all this. James.
Tracy and TW, good afternoon. In announcing her new book on Instagram yesterday, Karine Jean-Pierre, a very familiar face to Americans as the second and final White House press secretary under President Biden, sought to reintroduce herself altogether.
Hi, I'm Karine Jean-Pierre, and I am the author of a new book that's coming out this fall called Independent. The number one question they ask me is, Karine, how do we get out of this? How do we protect our democracy? How do we protect vulnerable communities among us? This book, Independent, it's about looking outside of boxes, not just always being in a partisan stance, and how do we move forward together?
But Jean-Pierre's attempted makeover is not being allowed to proceed unchallenged. Generally regarded by the White House press corps who covered her as an ineffective press secretary, seldom in the know or able even to deliver usable sound bites. The reaction to her announcement is exposing how little regard her own colleagues held in Jean-Pierre's abilities or performance. An article this morning by Axios reporter Alex Thompson, one of the co-authors of Original Sin, quotes a number of former Biden White House staffers anonymously disparaging Jean-Pierre as ill-prepared, emotionally volatile, prone to, quote, meltdowns, and requiring, quote, coddling from other staffers. One former Biden White House comms staffer is quoted as saying, "The hubris of thinking you can position yourself as an outsider when you not only have enjoyed the perks of extreme proximity to power, which bestows the name recognition needed to sell books, but have actively wielded it from the biggest pulpit there is as breathtaking as it is desperate. It's difficult to see," this insider continued, "how this is anything but a bizarre cash grab."
I've been a registered Democrat, I've been a registered Republican, and now I've been a registered independent for 17 years. That's what an actual political independent looks like, not like somebody who worked for 2 Democrat administrations until they got the stank of desperation all over them, and she ran for the hills trying to pretend she knows what independence is.
Jean-Pierre's book is being published by a lesser-known imprint of the Hachette Publishing Company. It's due out in October. Reportedly, the pre-order sales, which are closely tracked after a big announcement like this, were virtually flat. TW and Tracy.
Thanks, James. With us now, Miami